evening, everyone. It's the Manchester United agenda. It's the 9th of September. We're well into international break and we're all doing fabulously well. And I'm joined by three of your favourite people and mine. It's Yabba, Mr. B and Dora. Dora, let's explore what you've been up to.
Well, I'm currently doing my laundry, so if you are hearing it in the background, I'm sorry. That's probably that, because I'm going on a mini holiday tomorrow. Yay! So for the rest of the week, I am, relaxing once again, thankfully, and yeah, after that, back to the real world. But yeah, I'm preparing for that. Autumn, the summer is finally over for me, for Croatia, because we are getting, cold weather at the weekend times, I suppose, around 11 to 15 degrees Celsius, which is great for the first time in a very long time. So we are not going to boil once again. But yeah, other than that, I'm feeling great. I saw Luka Modric as a 39-year-old score a free kick for Croatia yesterday. After he probably saw Wayne Rooney in the Legends game, and he said, "You know what? I can do it better. I'm older than you." And then I realized Modric is older than Rooney, and I'm like, okay, that's
where you going on holiday, Dora?
It's like a rural, not rural. It's in Požega, which is another city in my. I won't say, in my region, not my county. In region, it's around 2 hours from me.
I know it well.
Car.
I know it well.
Yeah, it's
happy days, Mr. B. Cyprus, Podgy.
Yeah, so I'm going there. Yeah.
Yabba, how are you? What's been going on?
Yeah, just finished a 12-hour shift, but the highlight of my day was just watching a flashback of a TV series I used to love called Give Us a Clue with Lionel Blair and Una Stubbs. She used to be in Wurzel Gummidge. Mr. B loves it. And it's hosted by Michael Aspel. And it's all about charades where you sort of name a film, a song or something like that, but you're not allowed to, you have to mime it or use your animate yourself to do it. So I just want to do a quick one for you guys.
Yeah, do Pan's Labyrinth.
It's a footballer. That's a tough one. A footballer, yeah? Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 words.
First
word. Sounds like
heroin.
2 syllables.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought. Oh, sounds like it's just a. Yeah, sorry, go on.
First syllable.
First syllable. Okay.
First syllable. Ooh.
Michael Carrick.
Second word.
Second syllable.
Second syllable. Driving.
Mike Wheel. Michael. Mike Wheel.
Milking.
Steering.
Mike Milk.
Drive. Car. My car. Micah Richards.
Yeah. Well done.
Actually, you actually did all right there. That was
for Richards, I was going to go rich and hard, or rich and.
I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got the Richards.
Michael Richards.
You're very good at it, Monty.
I used to love that show. Yeah. Maybe we should think of one, and at the end of the show, maybe you guys do one. But I fancy bath time. You do one.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
And Mr. B, what sort of parlour games are you going to just suddenly explode into for us?
Absolutely none.
No?
No.
Pictionary?
No.
Fair enough. What's been going on with you? You seem overly happy today.
Get no draft now. Because I'm not going to play bloody charades. I'm all good, man. I'm all good, man. I come here to talk about United, not bloody give us a clue.
Yeah. It's like having a cult leader, isn't it? It just suddenly makes us all play charades.
Randomly popped up with a miming game. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right. Can we all three of us ask how bath time is? Because he's a giver, not a receiver. So We received some love from us. Arslan, how was your weekend? How are things?
It was very good, thank you. I'm not going to say that. It was very good. A lot of strength and conditioning that has been finished, and now it's time to get into the comments. I'm afraid it's a whole spectrum as always. We got Matthew Bassett, big yourself up. We've got Bart. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Not interested in summer targets. Not interested in Rabiot. I mean, that's how you start the show, Andrew. Not interested in this show. We got Tyrone. Always nice to see you. It's also nice to see Simon Warner. Good evening to football's version of the Brady Bunch. Hope you had a good weekend. Right, Dora, once again, you've got to give Bart travel tips. This is about the 7th week that he's asked in a row. Have you been to Cavtat? Any tips?
Yes, yeah. I've been there as a little baby of 6 months, and recently, a year ago. This year I haven't been, but it's a much smaller town than Dubrovnik. It's very nice. It reminds you of the Italian cities near the coast. It's more peaceful. But yeah, hopefully you don't get rain, because today it was raining in Dubrovnik and it was a flood. It was a mess. So hopefully you get good weather at the end of the month. Cavtat is beautiful. I think it's more peaceful than Dubrovnik, and it's definitely worth to go there.
It's very well known, Bart, for a Croatian like custom, which is called hide and seek on the road. Just try it out. You'll enjoy it. I'm only kidding, Bart. Aunt Sally from We Deserve Better. I don't understand this reference.
It's Una Stubbs. She played Aunt Sally in Wurzel Gummidge, and she was also the team leader in Charades. Give me a clue.
You can't remember the name of the show he was talking about. Jesus Christ.
All right, we got Chris Weens in the house. He's saying, big up, fellas. How you all doing? We're doing well. What's all this news about ETH losing a match? Media is going wild. TalkSport has a channel for us now. Everyone's obsessed. I know that Ten Hag managed some sort of testimonial game, but my understanding was that he won. So I'm not sure what that's about. We got Steph. She's bigging everyone up, and she's telling us that we've got 8 likes. We're looking for how many likes do you think tonight, Dora?
At least 35.
35,000. That is what we're looking for tonight.
Yes. We are always aiming high.
I just want to. So we've got a couple of stories tonight. We're going to talk about the transfer targets that we've been linked to. There's stuff about Rabiot. If we have time, we might talk about Zirkzee's pretty stunning performance for Holland. But earlier today, I was talking to Dora, and there's some very strange stuff going on with Deligt at the moment. Now, Deligt has never been a popular player in Holland. He had a bit of a blunder, I would say, to let Jedin Dzeko score. Mm-hmm. But I've seen 3 or 4 different and large accounts on Twitter say that we have got to accept that Harry Maguire is not as good as Deligt, and that Deligt should always start ahead of him. And I'm very confused as to where this is coming from. So Dora, if you could start us off before Yabba gets into overdrive.
Yeah, that just confused me. They said that Delit is better than
Maguire,
and we should get used to Delit starting.
Yeah. Like basically, there's a narrative going around that says that people are going to push for Maguire to start, regardless of what Deligt does, and it's very. I don't know where it's coming from or what's going on, but I'm just curious as to the chat and what you guys think about this, because I think that there's some manipulation going on, to be honest.
I mean, the usual internet discourse. Someone says something, most likely a big or whatever, right? It's always with the football fan bases, right? Someone big on the internet says something, and all of a sudden, hundreds and hundreds of people on Twitter like sheeps are talking about it and creating an echo chamber of the opinions that, in my opinion, are not logical in most cases. In this particular case, I think it's ridiculous to even say it, because why? First of all, it doesn't make sense. I think that every single player, it doesn't matter who they are, it doesn't matter if you love them or you hate them. If one of them is performing better, the better performing guy should start. Currently, if you look at it during the Ten Hag era of Manchester United, every time he would sign a player, it would take at least few games for the player to ease in, to bed in, and actually start something. And it's always great to see, those same players, starting with very good form. For example, Mazraoui, immediately got put in. I believe that if Luke Shaw was healthy, I don't believe that Mazraoui would start immediately, but he did, and he in particular impressed me. However, when it comes to Harry Maguire, it's like this hate boner for this guy. Like, I've been a very big. I had a lot of criticism to make Harry Maguire, and I'm not all of a sudden flip flopping. But during the time when he was very bad, and that was the season before, 2 seasons before the last one, he was in the mud. I think he made a lot of mistakes. I think during the last reign of Ole, I think those last few games under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was awful. They were awful, and Ole was. I think he was one of the reasons that Ole got sacked, because he was literally leaking goals from that side for Manchester United, and it was very bad. The season before this one, he was also bad. However, the last season, when Ten Hag kind of shunned him out, and he was almost sold to West Ham, he stepped up, and I think I'm not saying that he was world class. He was a good player. He had mistakes once again, but if you look at the overall, generally, I think he had a good season. He had a better season than Lisandro Martinez, for example. And this guy was injured, but when he came back, he wasn't good. Lisandro, him and Evans were, the best performing centre backs. And I know that we had a lot of interest, but still. But this whole, Deligt played one game in the Premier League, not even one full game. He played 60 minutes. Then he played the one before for 10 minutes. He didn't prove anything. In the review for the post-match review after Liverpool, we said that he had some good moments. He really impresses. But again, when you're even though you have a hole in the midfield. Once again, him and Martinez, they were also responsible for getting 3 goals, against Liverpool, right? They were not flawless, right? So all of a sudden, saying, having a hate boner from Harry Maguire because you like the new shiny thing and you want everything to all of a sudden be like. I would love for us to have all of a sudden that Ten Hag fixes everything and that we are flying, and I would stand behind Ten Hag, and I would support him in everything, but that's not realistic. So what is this about all of a sudden, you need to start this guy, but you cannot expect it. Ten Hag is going to start Harry Maguire because he is the only center back this season that actually showed some form. Lisandro Martinez is poor, has been since the beginning of the season. Yori is injured. Johnny Evans is still on the bench. He's not playing. I don't believe that he will play, or he was injured, doesn't matter. Lindelof is injured. And you have Matthias Deligt, who, in my opinion, still needs some time to bed into the Premier League. And people are going to say, but he played for Bayern, he played for Juventus. This is another league. He needs to first understand how Ten Hag wants to play, and he needs to adapt to the physicality of the Premier League. And we discussed it multiple times. So the whole thing, this guy needs to, the player that is playing better needs to start. And currently, if you look at it, Harry Maguire is still a better option if you look at it from that space. And I know people are not going to like it in the chat, but you need to be realistic. You need to be realistic, because every single time we are losing, we are having bad results. It's always scapegoats, the same scapegoats Rashford and Harry Maguire, and since last season, Casemiro. So, like, I mean, who are you going to blame this time? Are we going to blame Matthias Deligt the next time he makes a mistake? Are we going to scapegoat him then? So come on, like, of course he will, trust me, Deligt is going to start games for United, but he still needs a bit time to bed in. Maybe Ten Hag sees that Martinez isn't in form, and maybe we see Maguire and Deligt. And you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to it, in all honesty. So come on.
Concise as always. Mr. B, Dora at one point mentioned that she didn't have a hate boner for Maguire. Do you have a hate boner for Maguire and can't wait to see him out of the team?
Yes, I want him
nice.
gone. I want him gone. He's had his chances and he's messed up numerous, more than 15 occasions. He's messed up. So no, I have no love for Maguire in the team. Delit's been brought in. In my opinion, Delit's a better defender. I know, Dora, you were talking about physicality. Not like Delit's my height and my weight. He's a bloody unit. So the physical side of it, I don't think is an issue. But the fact that he can play Ten Hag system already, I don't think he needs time to adapt to it. And the more games that they play on this international break here, I think it benefits us. So, no, I'm not having Maguire in the team. I'm sorry to disagree with you there, Dora, but, form, blah, blah, blah. Harry Maguire's had his chances, man. If he was that good, we wouldn't have gone out there and gone to try and buy Delit. So, no, I'm not having Maguire in the team.
Okay, but just before before we get to you, can I just go through some comments that I've starred? I don't want to keep you waiting, but Bar occasionally comes in with decent comments, and this is one of them, which is referring to why Deligt isn't that popular in Holland. He dropped a clanger against us in the Europa League final. I don't actually recall that one. The Spurs semi-final, games against Leverkusen, but he's very strong mentally. Dora, Croatian mercenaries wear a unique bit of cloth around their necks. The French term for necktie, cravat, comes from the Croatian word hrvatska.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We invented a tie. Yes.
Yeah. Where is DK Wilson from tonight, Yava? Or Dora?
Fort Lauderdale,
Florida.
Fort Lauderdale. Yeah.
Nice.
I will keep mine for the next time, DK.
All right, we've got Elite Baller with his hilarious calling me bathroom. It's because everyone shits on me. And we've got Solo. Where's Solo from, Dora?
He's from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm just kidding. He's from Somerset. Okay, look, I watched today English documentary. They were selling houses. It's really popular here. The whole selling houses. Coming into from the coast there or from the city, they are going to the villages and whatever rural parts of England. And yeah, today they were in Somerset where they invented the cider and everything. So that was cool. So Sol is from there.
It's where a friend of the show, Anthony Herbert, is from, I believe.
Bristol.
Amazing.
Bristol.
Is that not Somerset?
No, Bristol's Bristol. Bristol, like
Bristol.
Wales. Yeah. Somerset's down the bottom, like near Cornwall.
Right, okay. Always good to learn a bit of geography. And Mark Coram, who I can't remember if we've seen before, but you're always very welcome here, is saying what Maguire needs to go, and also I think Anthony needs more game time.
Anthony, who is that? Delit's middle name?
I hope so. Right, Mr. Forbes, what do you think about this sort of debate that has started? That we should never see Maguire again, and it should just be Deligt from now on.
Yeah, I think a lot of fan base are giving up with Maguire, but what they fail to see, if only they're very fickle fans, aren't they? And they talk about the past, but they don't want to give any credit where it's due. And Dora's giving credit. She's saying he's best performing centre back at the moment, even though she dislikes him. Mr. B, on the other hand, which is trashes him every time. But rightly so. Everyone's once something happens that hurts you, it's hard to turn it around and say you can get back in my winning book. In my books. It's really hard. I understand it. I love Maguire. I think he's a great defender. Strictly as that. He wins headers. He's physical. He's strong. He's good on the ball. He can spray a ball. He can dribble with the ball as well. He's got everything about him. He's playing the other day for England against Ireland, clean sheet. He's been to top tournaments with England, deep into tournaments, semi-finals, finals, banging penalties in the Euros a couple of years ago. No fear. I like Harry Maguire, and he's the sort of player who should be starting for me for Man United. Delit has to earn his place coming in. He's a youngster compared to Harry Maguire. That's your senior. Learn the ropes, learn about the Premiership, learn what you have to do, and slowly gauge yourself and get into the squad. I didn't like what I saw in the last couple of games when Harry Maguire was playing and suddenly he gets dragged after about 80 minutes or something for Delit just to get some game time. I don't think that's right, I saw.
So how's Delit supposed to prove he's a better player than Maguire if he doesn't?
I don't think you should break up partnerships. I don't think you should break up partnerships during the game, especially when it's tight. That's really bad. You shouldn't really be doing that. But anyway, I understand people's arguments. Delit's a very good player, not disputing that. I'd love to see more of him, but it's a long season, and thankfully we've got squad selection issues that we're having a discussion about. But I do think this is derived from people not liking Maguire and saying, "Oh my God, we've already seen Maguire start in 2 games. We're not going to see Delit come in the side." And this is the fear that's coming from it. And so they're maybe putting some pressure on or putting the story out there, which is a non-story, to be honest, because it's international break. We always get stories like this to suggest that Delit might not be getting games, and let's bring some uproar and let's turn it around and get Delit into the side. It doesn't matter. I think you're a manager, you play on merit. And I think on merit right now, Harry Maguire is a proven Premiership defender. He's very good, and whether he's on the bench or starting, this is a guy who's not going to complain that much, But when he comes on, he's going to give it his best, and that's what we want to see. So we've got good squads. We've got 4 good defenders now. I'm not talking about Evans because maybe he's getting old. We've got Euro, we've got Martinez, we've got Maguire and Delit, and I think they can do a good job and make us more secure this season.
Can I just ask you? Can you rate our defenders in order, please?
So for me, Harry Maguire is the best. Then Delit, then Martinez, and then
God, man. I'm out of here, man. I can't fucking listen to this.
Harry Maguire
is Harry Maguire. It's just.
I can give credentials why. Harry Maguire is the oldest. He's more experienced in Premier League football. He's played more international football than any of these guys. How many of these guys have? All right, I know Martinez. He didn't play though that much in the World Cup. He didn't, even though he got won a World Cup. Didn't play that much. Romero's above him, and he didn't play much in the Copa America too much. And looking at his performances, I don't think he's the best defender. He's good on the ball. He's got some good attributes, but overall, for me, Harry Maguire is our best centre back at the moment.
Sorry, I'm laughing at one of Steph's comments. I enjoy references to Maguire fighting Greek police. I kind of agree with Yabba on a lot of stuff here. My only consistent issue that I have with Maguire is I don't think that he has really developed his game since coming to Manchester United. I think that we've got a very similar player to Leicester. I think he is a very good defender, and I hope that Deligt is good. But this leads us on to our next story and the main event, which is that Samuel Luckhurst from the Manchester Evening News has said that United are already plotting transfer raids for the summer, and 3 players have been identified. One's a defender, one's a midfielder, and one is a winger, although I'm not too sure about that. Mr. B, the first player that we have been linked with, and the player that's linked the most strongly, is Eze from Crystal Palace. What are your initial thoughts on this?
I'll take it. I like players who dribble past, man. So I'd have him in the team. I don't know where they play him. I'm not sure. Where does he play? Where do we play him? If he comes into our team, where does he play?
Left wing, number 10.
I think Bruno replacement is written all over him for me. I don't think he's a wide proper player. Yeah, I don't think he has the strength and the lengthiness to play for a really sort of like transition heavy team. Like you want someone like Brian Abuemo for something like that who can run 40, 50, 60 yards. Eze is much more a kind of like around the box, tippy tapper, make something happen, flary sort of player. I'm not sure he's what you get in a traditional wide man now in the Premier League. But I'm happy to be corrected on that. I've only seen him play against United.
I'll still take him. How much is that costing?
60.
I mean, he's an English talent. He's young.
He's not young.
No, he's not young. He's 20. He'll be 27. He must be 26.
He's 26 now. He'll be 27 next summer. Yeah. It's not young.
Is that out of the remit?
I think so. I can't really see this happening because there is some slight question marks on Eze because he's only ever played in London. And I think that when you look back to Zaha, who could have been a real talent.
Yeah, he was 19.
Yeah, but he had difficulties moving out of London and things. And I think that this is the sort of thing that United should be looking at. It's not just the quality of the player, but the kind of the character of the player. And for a lad he's a good player, but he's played for Arsenal, QPR and Palace, basically. He's never really played outside of London. And that's a bit of an upheaval. I worry about those sort of things, but I might be going over the top.
Also, can I ask something? Okay. I forgot.
Great to have you here, Dora.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe Omondi can take this one, and then I will try to remember my question. Oh my God.
Yabba?
I'm brain dead, I swear to God.
Are we playing charades again?
Okay. Oh, dogs. I've got it. 3 words. Dogs barking.
Dogs are barking. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down for Eze.
Oh.
Thumbs down. Wow.
Sorry, I just wait for the dogs to hush up because they're very mad at the moment. Eze, I love him as a player, as you know. You mentioned he was on the books of Arsenal, and I love a few London clubs, but never made it. His first club was QPR, a local club to me and Mr. B, and that's when he first got really noticed as a good player. I remember some of my friends, Rangers fans, raving about him. He drifts, he can ghost past anyone. This is a unique talent you don't see these days. You know, he's big, he's strong, he's got more technique. I think there's more in his locker that he needs to express. If he really expressed himself, he could be anything he wants to be as a player. So I'm really excited the fact that we'll be linked with him. Age doesn't really bother me. I think he's a late developer. He had a serious injury at Palace, which gave him almost a season off. But he seems to be coming back into the fold. He's played for England now. And when you play for England, if you want to be a regular, you need to transfer to a bigger club. So I think his agent is probably saying to him, look, Eze, you want to continue with this England thing and be part of the first team, then you need to be transferred to a big club. That's how it happens. I'm really excited that we could be linked with him. He keeps the ball really well. I think he's got more drive. If you get the best out of him and put a rocket up his behind to make him believe who he really is and what he can really do. Because even when he came on the Euros, I think great opportunity for you. But he was just following instruction. He wasn't saying, right, showtime, let me show what I can really do. So I don't think we see the best of Eze, and I just think you need to let him loose. And I think if he comes to Man United, it'd be a great opportunity to say, this is your showtime, bro. Do what you have to do. Peak years of your career. Show them in the Champions League or this high level exactly what you're all about. Eze is a star for me. Quality player.
So that's a very good point about the Euros, Yabba, because obviously Grealish and Rashford didn't go. And I remember in our Euros prediction, I think both of us said that we thought that Eze could be the player to break out because he's everything you really want in a footballer. He's a good lad. He works hard. He's got lovely touch of the ball. He feels the football. He's got vision. He plays with his head up. He's like got that kind of compact Raheem Sterling type frame where there's a bit more strength to him than you would think. And he works well in central areas. And my question to you is what is his best position?
For me, you can play anywhere. When you're a good footballer, you can play anywhere. When he came on for England the other day in the Euros,
You muted, Mr. B.
So,
You plays for odds.
but surely we need to be buying him for a position.
I don't know, but his best position, as I say. So just what I'm saying, he's a very good player. He can play anywhere because he's good on the ball. He's comfortable. He's got the strength. He's got the ability. He can't be beat. He ended up playing fullback or sort of a wing back.
Where's he most effective?
Yeah, I'm just giving you a description of how the player is. So for us, with the system we play, he can either play off the left or central, where behind the striker or that sort of position where he can link up. You need to put him in positions on the left. He gets it on the left. He can link up and play 1-2s, beat a man, touch it into the box, that sort of thing, or play him behind the striker or in that sort of position there, in those tight areas there, in between the lines, pick up the ball, drive at people. Very good player. So he can either play left or central for me, and either way, he'd be very effective.
Just before you butt in, Dora, can I do the comments? Are you able to contain yourself? Go on then.
No, I cannot, because I just remember what I wanted to ask. By the way, Samuel Lakehurst, Ten Hag banned him. Does he have any sources from the club since Sinos came in? Like, what is this news about Eze all of a sudden? I think this is a no story. There is a expression how our prime minister, always responds to the news, to legit, statements from the journalists when they ask him a question. He just said it's a to je ne tema. It's a no topic. It's not a topic of discussion. So I don't believe this is a topic of discussion.
Well, sorry to have wasted your time.
No, I just wanted to say that he isn't. He's banned.
He'll have very good connections with people in marketing, commercial, agents, stuff like that. I would think. I know people don't like Luckhurst, but I don't think you can doubt his connection to Manchester United and its different organs. Right, Chris is saying we need world class, in my opinion. Zirkzee is a squad player. Same with Rasmus Højlund. I did see something really weird. Have you seen the clip of Van Dijk and Zirkzee for Holland?
No.
Van Dijk went and said hello to everyone and just blanked Zirkzee, and Zirkzee blanked him. Like, maybe the old Dutch, the Dutch fighting is getting in.
A little bit of rivalry, good.
Yeah, I like it. He goes on holiday with Kevin De Bruyne, which I think is really weird.
It's a light skin thing. Yeah, who's the?
Oh, Monday.
Yeah, light skin.
Jesus Christ, on Monday.
Look at Van Dijk. Looked at him and said, "Oh God, you're going to take my crown."
Okay. Tyrone is saying, "Wow, so Eze is 26. That's another reason not to sign him. I thought he played like someone much younger." And Weederbetter's got a good shout, which is he'd like to see the club go all out to sign Musiala, who I think we can all agree is a fabulous player, and he'd be one of the few players I think that could replace Bruno with what he does on the pitch, and maybe actually bring something more to the team. Tyrone says he'd take that. Sorry,
he ain't even buying
Musiala.
Yeah,
never know. He might not like Vincent Kompany. Wirtz. I don't know if I'd take Wirtz. Andrew, always positive, will say Eze will probably not come to us. Weederbetter saying, do we have time to develop a 26-year-old player's confidence? The amount of money we spent on Sancho and Anthony, we could have bought Osimhen. Oh, imagine. Anyway, remember, we're on the road to 40,000 likes. So if you can just run those likes up, we'd be really happy. And we'll get on to our second story, which is a midfielder has also been identified as part of the summer rebuild. And the name on everyone's lips at the moment is also a Crystal Palace player. Dora, can you guess who that is?
Turn. What's his name? Mateta or Guay? I'm not sure.
Well, neither are midfielders. Sorry, I probably it's Adam Wharton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyrone's got it. Andrew has got it. Wharton, Mr. B, is a young English player. He's only had 6 months in the league. He's left-footed. What are your thoughts?
United at the moment are focusing on buying young players. If he's part of that remit, then I'm sure they're going to make the right decision. I mean, 6 months isn't long, but we knew after 4 games that Kobe was ready to rock and roll. So, the fact that he got called into the England squad and didn't play, I think is probably more down to Southgate than down to Wharton's lack of ability. Will Crystal Palace let him go? And what price are they going to be looking to let him go for?
I mean, I can't see them losing Eze and Wharton in the same window, and maybe Mark Gay is another one. Dora brought up Mateta, who has been on fire, I think, for the last 6 months, winning the Olympics with France and so on. So he absolutely destroyed us. Mr. Forbes, Yabba, what are your thoughts on Adam Wharton? I know your brother is a massive fan.
Yeah, he's always bringing up his name. Oh, we need to sign Adam Wharton because he's looked good for a few months. A lot of players are under the radar. How can you end up at Blackburn for so long and no one really sign you up? There's always a question mark. And I always wonder about that. I like the scouting system. As you know, Andrew Mensah is obviously a friend of the channel. And obviously he knows a lot about what goes on. He tells me some private stuff not to repeat sometimes, And sometimes you have to ask yourself, hint, hint, why players aren't signed. Blackburn's near Manchester. Why haven't we seen this talent, come up against him or to sign him? He ended up at Crystal Palace. So it's a good move for him. He's done really well. But I just think for me, he's poor man's Will Hughes, who used to play for Derby. Ooh. Another guy who signed from Derby, went up to the Premier League, was at Watford, left-footed, talented midfielder, technically good. And he's also at Palace as well. So I want to see more from Wharton because everyone's raving about him. But let's see more. Obviously, he can pass the ball. There's a lot of players that I can go and watch in Bath Times League, meaning Bath Time, who can pass the ball really well. A lot of players, I can watch on Saturdays with Mr. B in his league who pass the ball really well. You've got a bit more about you. What have people said about him that's so good? He can pass the ball. What else? I'm just curious.
You're not impressed, are you, Monday?
No,
I'm not saying I'm not impressed. Yeah, I've said, he looks like a talented player, but there's so many Spanish players who can do what he does all the time. That guy Neves, who went up from Benfica to Paris Saint-Germain, or Vitinho, they're small guys, can pass the ball really well, but they've got tactical awareness. They're young. They can dominate games. Let's see what Wharton can do. It's a great club to get first team football. He can develop there, but I'm not sure. At the moment, I'm not qualified to really know the full judgment. 6 months, like Bath Time said, it's not long enough for me to say, all right, I've seen him do A, B, and C and dominate games and, all this kind of thing. I'll give him more time. 21-year-old, let's give him more time and see what he can do this season. I will be watching him. It's nice to see English talents come through, but let's not be fooled here. Unless someone's going to tell me exactly what else he's got than being a good passer of the ball and having a left foot. Have you seen him tackle? Have you seen him dominate games? Have you seen his driving runs? Have you seen his stamina? Have you seen his attitude behind the scenes? These are things that scouts look for. And my friend is a scout, and there's probably a reason why. I'm not saying completely, but there is more to it, I imagine.
And just to remind everyone that Andrew Mensah also saw a 17-year-old Harry Kane and said, not a chance is he making it in the game, which he's not the only person to have said that, to be honest. For me, I remember there was a lot of hype about Wharton before we played Crystal Palace, and I looked at him, and my comments afterwards was that he is nowhere near the level of Kobe Mainu, because I remember him shanking 2 or 3 crosses from the half space. But what he did have was a very, very good engine. He was extremely good at closing and recovering space, getting up and down. I don't know if you can recall, Yabba, but you laughed at me because I said that he really reminded me of Derby County's Seth Johnson from a very long time ago.
Nothing like him.
Yeah, people didn't rate him, but I think that Wharton looks like a very, very good player, and he's one. I think we're right. He's one to keep an eye on. because he's broken into the England squad after 6 months in the Premier League as a young midfielder. He's had like Rich over at Eagle Eye Sports has been going on about him for a while, saying he really does see him as a good player. And I think that if you were to fast forward 3 or 4 years, he'd be an excellent partner to Kobe Mainu in our midfield. I think that they would be really well balanced. So I can see that happening, but I am a bit worried about the lack of experience that he has in the Premier League. So we don't know how he's going to hold up physically over an entire season. You know, like playing week in, week out. He signed for them in January. So it's an interesting one. But the last guy that we've been linked with is a defender that we all know that has been linked with us since the beginning of time, to be honest. It's Branthwaite. We will be going back for Branthwaite in the summer. Is this another Jadon Sancho transfer saga that's going to last 2 or 3 years? Mr. B?
I hope not. I think a lot of things have been actually going on with my life. A lot of things I think have been done sort of this season in regards to the wage. I think it's just a matter of United pressing the button for next season. I think they'll work on a price with Everton already. No, hopefully Everton will be relegated so that the price will come down a bit. I think they'll go back in. They definitely wanted him this summer, and Everton definitely priced them out of the move. Sorry, the fact that he's British, and I think they're going to go with this British core of players for next season. I'm not sure what the quote was going to be in regards to English players, but maybe that's why they're going that way. Maguire out, they need to replace him definitely with an English player. Kobe's still going to be under the age of having to register. I mean, he's a first teamer, so maybe that's the way that they're going. But they've got to remember that English players are always more expensive. Yeah. For the talent that you get with, you know, a Spanish player or a French player, you probably have to pay, you know, 10 mil more. I'm not sure if there's, and you're still talking about the United tax as well. So I'm not sure.
Conversely, though, you've also that works for you when you're trying to sell. Like if you've got an English player who's homegrown, like the English league is the richest in the world. There's a market for those kind of players,
especially at Napoli.
What, Billy Gilmore and McTominay?
Yeah.
Well done, Scott McTominay, for scoring against Bruno on his birthday. We had McTominay, Bruno, and Ronaldo all scoring in the same match. Like, what fun that could have been. Dora.
I like the idea of Brentford. I think that, you know, I watched him enough times to see that he has the potential. And I agree with Mr. B. I believe that, you know, things that Brentford is potentially one of our, you know, future. He is the future of the Manchester United. You know, we signed, you know, remember in the past, right? You had Rio, you had, you know, you can argue Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, but those were all, you know, players that were signed quite young, and they were kind of at one point, well, less so with Jones and Smalling. They were, you know, and even Johnny Evans, if you can count him in as well. You know, those were the players that were, you know, that came into the team, and, you know, they were, you know, established for a few seasons, and, you know, they thought at that moment, at that time, that they're going to be the future. Hopefully, I believe that we will sign him at one point. I truly believe that we will sign him. I believe also that the media is going to report it every single day for the rest of our lives until we sign him. And I'm not saying that it will be like a Jadon Sancho saga in terms of, you know, we are trying to sign him for 2 seasons, we cannot get him. I believe that the media is going to ride it out and constantly report it. More, you know, from that point of view, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But I believe that Ineos has the power or has the knowledge to, as we saw this summer, that that they are going to sign their players. However, we will see. We will see how this season fares out for Manchester United. I think it's very important to have a stable, balanced project. And yeah, who knows what will happen until the end of the season? Maybe we will have another manager. Who knows? So it will be interesting to see. But yeah, I like the idea of him. I think he has the potential to be a very good English centre back. Hopefully, Everton eases on his money. I believe that we can sign him for 40 mil at least, especially since especially if his contract is getting he signed a new contract, so that's not possible. But yeah, we'll probably pay a lot of money for him.
He hasn't signed. He
hasn't signed.
No, because he wants them to match the 160 grand that we offered him.
Then I'm coming back to my previous point. We can get him for cheaper, that's for sure. But that's my opinion on Brentford.
Yabba, anything to add?
Yeah, I see in the comments they're doing a theme of naming footballers for Man United with changing the name to a female. Yeah. It's really funny. But I'm going to throw one out there. Dion Dublin. Dion is a girl's name, obviously. But it's spelled D-I-O-N, Dion. What is suspicious when you have a male and female name, you know? Anyway, going back to Braithwaite, I'm getting his name right. There's a guy in Enter the Dragon called Braithwaite, who was a New Zealand guy who got sent to fight him without fighting. It always reminds me of him. And he got sent on a boat by Bruce Lee, tagged along while they're on the way to Hong's Island. But good player. I think it's great to see. I'll just add to what Mr. Bean said. I think it's really important if you're going to go on and be a good side in the future, get the best young English talent and build them up together. We'd had that before with obviously the class of 92. Every England international, we would have like Rio, Beckham, Scholes in the side, Nicky Butt, Gary Neville, a core of Man United players in the England team. It's really important, I think, you get the best in the country. You look at Juventus, the old lady of Italian football. They always get the best Italian players. It's traditional for them. There's something behind it. And I think you get fans really sort of warm to you because you said, this club represents England, represents English football. Braithwaite, Rashford, Kobe Mainu, all these, Luke Shaw. We want to improve on that, and getting Braithwaite in will be a great asset to the club. Big, strong defender, proven in the Premier League, right age, left-footed as well, and can develop. I think there's more to him. Hopefully, we watch him this season at Everton and see what a great player he could be. There's no one else in the market. And there's no smoke without fire. It seems like we're really consistent with what we're doing. And if the story's out there that we're looking at this guy, we just missed the windows just shut, it just means that I think he wants to come. All the signs I've seen is that he's disappointed staying at Everton and he wants to move to Man United. And we have done business with them before.
I hope he stinks the whole season.
Okay.
Honestly, I do. I hope he stinks the whole season, because if he's as good as we think he is, he'll relegate Everton because they're going to play him.
Yeah.
And then we've done our job. And he's done his.
I don't know about that. I personally think Braithwaite is an excellent player. I'd love him to join the club. I'd have probably preferred him over Yoro, to be honest. Because Yoro is someone we've got to develop, and I still have question marks about if we can develop players. Like, with the exception of Delit, I haven't seen a player kind of step up and step on. Like Kobe and Garnacho, I'm not sure how much coaching they're getting. Kobe just seems to do what he wants because he's brilliant at football. And Garnacho, I haven't seen huge strides in his game, to be honest, which is why it concerns me that we're going for youth players without seeming to have like a youth specialised coaching setup. Are you enjoying this, Amonde? Louisa, Saha.
These names are really, really funny. Edwina van der Sar. Edwina van der Sar. That's the one I've won.
I like Margaret Rashford quite a lot. I think that's a good one. This one's good. Mandy Cole.
That's brilliant, actually.
Nikki Butt.
I saw Nicola Butt as well, which is great.
Denise Law. Sorry, they just keep piling in.
Dennis Violence. That's a good one.
There's a lot of Harriet Maguires coming up. Quite like Pauline Parker.
Yeah.
Have we got any other ones? Like Andrew, Nanny, bracket, Nanny.
Oh, bullshit.
Here's the one I was thinking of, was Gabrielle Hines.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure what this one's about, Mark Ugarte. Nobetta Styles. I'm not sure. Davina De Gea.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Christine Smalling. That's a really good one.
Or if it's a Van Gaal, he would say Michaela Smalling. Yeah, he loved, Michael Smalling was his favorite player.
Michelle Smalling.
Mike.
And obviously Steph McTominay, for Steph out there. She's such a big fan. All right, I think we're going to end. What are you doing? Mark just keeps adding his name to football. Mark,
I mean, Onana, he's defending Mark Onana. For sure.
This is world class. Holly Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh my God.
Can we choose a winner? I like the Mandy Cole. That's brilliant.
Andrew named the winner, man.
Oh my God, I'm going to.
My personal one has to be Holly Gunnar Solskjaer. I think that's brilliant. All right, I think we're gonna end it here, boys and girls. But feel free to keep these going, and we'll have a look as we go along. Look, there's other news tomorrow. There's stuff about Anthony Rabiot, a stadium, and so on. I understand that Andrew, as always, has just been chirping away like a little bird in chat, saying that he didn't enjoy this show. Give us some feedback. If you like these kind of shows, we can do more of them. But if you just want to say, Roberta Charlton, nice one, Retro, then we
do you want to see Omondi playing charades?
Yeah. Can we have one last go of charades?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just keep talking. I'll think of someone.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, this is good as well. Sophia Amrabat.
I don't know. My favorite was Nanny.
Nanny, bracket Nanny.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
boys.
All right. Have you thought of a player, Yaba?
Keep talking. No gaps.
Oh my God.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna pick one of the great player.
All right, chat. Join in with us. It's gonna be Stoichkov.
Gabi
one syllable Pale.
Yeah. Right. Here's one. Right.
Mark Hughes should be your next one. This is a good one. Renato Moses.
Yeah, Remy. All right, here's one. Footballer. All right, charade. Footballer.
Two words. Header. Duncan Ferguson.
First word.
First word.
Sounds like
Yaba.
You.
Me.
Chest. Head,
Sounds like
chest, nipples.
Big head.
This means name.
Name.
Oh, does he? Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sounds like name.
Sounds like your name. Which one? Because you've got Yaba, Amonde, Zach,
Forbes.
Zach?
Forbes. Zach. Sounds like Zach. Whack.
Zachary
Back.
Zaka.
Jack.
Jack.
Jack
You got
Wilson.
Shaka. Jack,
Second word. Two
Heroin.
syllables. Shut up.
Train spotting.
Hmm.
First syllable. Flat top.
Mussolini.
Singing. Anthem. Proud. Singing. Shouting.
Oh, king.
Crown.
Zach King.
King. Zach King Cole.
Queen. Prince.
Crown.
Marge Simpson.
King. It's King,
King.
right?
King. Okay.
King.
Crown. Anthem. National anthem. Jack. National anthem.
Queen. So it's King. The thing that's on his head.
That means name.
Name.
So why don't you just fucking say it, bro?
Name.
Ledley King.
Bruno Fernandez.
Oh,
What's the name of the king?
Charles.
Jack Charles.
Jack Charlton.
Yes.
Charlton. Oh, Jack Charlton. Oh, God. We would have been there all day.
Oh
I
my
can't
How
believe
have you
this.
gone about Charlton? What have you done?
I would have chosen.
I'd have done the
Charlton.
dance.
Oh, good, yeah.
Perfectly.
All right.
Mark Charleston, by the way. Not
Yeah,
Jack.
yeah. Mark. Freddie
That's
Mercury.
instructions, isn't it? Mark Charlton, pick him up.
Oh
All right.
my God.
This is International Week content for you. It's Yabba playing charades, asking everyone what his name is. We'll be back tomorrow. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say before they go? In any medium,
I
charades or
want
others.
Dora to have a lovely holiday. We're going to miss you. And Dora, you'll be back this time next week, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Enjoy the border.
Thank you. By the way, your name is Zach. How many names do you have? You're a mystery.
Yeah, my name is Zacchaeus Omondi Juma Forbes. That's on my birth certificate. But I got banned on my social medias, so I named myself after my dog, which is Yabba. So now I'm known as Yabba all on social media. Tyro knows, but my name is Zacchaeus Omondi Juma Forbes.
Oh, wow. That's
Do you have
amazing.
any nicknames, Dora?
Nicknames?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
names?
no. I mean, I had it in the youth.
Yeah.
What was
You-
it?
you wouldn't.
What
Just
do they
say
call
it.
you?
It was like
Gangster name.
it was Vriska because it means when someone is yelling a lot, screaming, and Vrisak is scream, and I was Vriska because I was screaming a lot, and I'm a lady. I was a lady screamer or whatever. Like I was very very loud when I was younger.
Bye. Like a nod.